Show no stunts till you up that jury and money. Playing game, thinking show no funny till my young win for me. Yeah. For the love of the bankroll, keep it busy. Don't nobody care about it. Don't nobody wanna hear about it. You got problem, huh? Well, it's the same thing for everybody. I ain't gon' lie. I promise that a day go by. I ain't on the grind if I ain't on fire. If it one thing I want, then it can't go by. Tryna put 6 wheels on the Range Rover. I ain't finna play no game, that what you know. So if you think at the top till I move over. Modern day Tupac in a new Hova. Know them, now come with us and down. We dodge it, steady duck and clown. We chasing meals so we can put that down. Top, but we run the town. But with millions in with no cap and gown. We're all in what happened now. Metal throne, concrete crown. Call that line, you getting beat. Real, what veteran. What academy. He still remember me when they were sick and needed their medicine. Better watch it, partner, you from around here thinking sweet.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene, the Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. He got 29 yards that time. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. There he goes inside the 30. Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, 42 yards. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Bryant will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 29 yards that time. Speaking of Julio, he had a big game week 1, 169 yards, but in the end, almost had that play to win it, but he did not. That's probably what's going to stick with it.
What was it that was said a long time ago by Frank?
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, 45 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, have the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Well, for Pittsburgh, as they come back out here, it's not going to get much easier. Then the Week 1 tie against Cleveland, Kansas City next week, and then they have Tampa Bay, but then Baltimore and Atlanta the following weeks.
Listen, if you're a defensive back, a secondary player, you better get your rest this week because Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, they're going to test you downfield. And that game with Tampa Bay looked like a gimme. No longer a gimme after what Tampa did against New Orleans. And then, who's that in the fourth game?
The Ravens.
The Ravens. renewing that rivalry once again.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Now a first down carry by Bell. About 3 yards there to the 27.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, it's Bell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. A give to Bell. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And it's up and good. That pushes the lead now to 15-7. Boswell on now to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, it's Ryan. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Switching gears for a second, because you and I were talking earlier. We had some odd games in Week 1. I don't think anything, though, takes the cake quite like that game in Miami. How about that lightning delay? Multiple lightning delays.
Yeah, when you open up the season in the state of Florida and it's not a dome,
good luck.
You've got a chance of this happening, right? It happened in Tampa a couple of seasons ago, maybe a couple of times if I remember correctly. This game wound up taking 7 hours and 8 minutes to finish when all was said and done. Normally we do a game in 3.5 or less. That's unbelievable. So great stamina for the fans, great stamina for the players. And how about our colleagues in the announce booth? Great stamina for them as well.
Indeed. Longest game in NFL history. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's going deep for Brown. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he finds McDonald. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman, because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And his pass incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He's going to let this one go deep and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
49 yards on the punt, but it'll net them just 29. And the Falcons are going to get it at the 20. And here now come the Falcons. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
A good pickup there at 22. Now Ryan on first down. Looking downfield for Jones. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. His throw incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage. A CD looking back to last week, one interesting thing certainly was that tie between Pittsburgh and Cleveland. You know, that was the first Week 1 tie since 1971.
Yeah, I think our researcher told us that the Broncos and Dolphins tied 10-10. And remember, overtime was instituted by the NFL starting with the 1974 season. So this is unbelievable. Those two teams tied. Cleveland was +5 in turnover margin. Had
I never did anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breakfast by the morning, I had a six by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture, you got the picture me, Pacific ice on my ocean, ready for war like I'm Russian, ladies should never the luggage, my diamonds they tussling, my neck and my belly, they call it for me and they, you want me like me and I look, yeah, her Rex on her, yeah, B-Rex better calm down, yeah, if you go around, come around.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. The Broncos will kick. Here's Brandon McManus to start us, and we are off from Denver. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. 39. 54, south.
On first down, Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Falcons! Calvin Ridley, 75 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, nice move. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Duke Riley in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And some room to roam now. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
And they'll go on the ground. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing on third down, Keenum. He's got him in, complete. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now Keenum. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball is expected to be caught.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Ryan. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On 2nd and 10, Keenum. Throw left side complete. That's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Back to throw, Keenum, and that'll be incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now it's Keenum. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jake Butt, 29 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. Oh, what a move. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A gain of 32 that time. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Operating from the gun, Ryan. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons are in for 6.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. But the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Denver's offense here, and you know, with their running backs, you kind of use that acronym that fantasy owners dread, RBBC, running back by committee. I think that's what's developing in the Mile High City.
Yeah, I think that everyone thought week 1, Royce Freeman would carry the load, the rookie out of Oregon, because he had a big preseason, had passed Devontae Booker for the number of carries that he was going to get for the season, which would be considerable. But how about Philip Lindsay, the rookie out of Colorado? Let me repeat this, though. The undrafted rookie out of Colorado, 71 yards on 15 carries, left Colorado as the Buffs' career leader in all-purpose yards. They thought he'd be a kick return specialist. Turns out he's going to get a full load in the backfield as well.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A shotgun snap for Keenum. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 19. Working from the gun, Keenum. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for the Broncos on 3rd. 55 yards from Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. On play action, it's Keenum. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. The Broncos on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Keenum. Complete out right to Jake Buck. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Here's Keenum to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And McManus able to put it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So out come the Falcons now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's Ryan. Drops it off for Coleman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
A very solid gain of 27.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Ryan now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Gun. Ready.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing again, Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Get up.
2nd and goal from the 1.
22. Hey, Rick Lance.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it.
22.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan now 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Roger, roger, roger. Right there.
Now it's Keenum here off the bootleg. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. The Broncos on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be third and forever. From the gun, here's Keenum. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now Ryan. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And Freeman lost the football. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. As his guys are in for 6. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field.
Let's go, let's go.
3 down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Broncos on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing is Keenum. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Throwing now is Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On second down, here's Keenum. Looking long for Thomas. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They do snap it to Keenum. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And it'll be a turnover on downs. On first and 10, it's Ryan. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's second and 20. Going for the deep ball. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
I know exactly why I tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Ryan to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's caught at the 10. And he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. From the gun, it's Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. After the interception, here's Keenum. Sanders hands it over the middle. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down. Here's Keenum, and he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. He's at the 40, the 20, and he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. It's a big play, Keenum to Thomas, 65 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Keenum. This linebacking core, they've done a good job. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
22.
Now Keenum got to have this one. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here back to the 15. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Ryan, throw right side, caught by Ridley. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. Ryan now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And his throw here's incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley.
Hey, I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I